Hello everyone, this is my third video related with first chapter of class 12th. In the previous video, I told you some events of sexual reproduction, as there are three events in sexual reproduction: pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. So in the previous video I explain pre-fertilization events in sexual reproduction. So today I'm going to describe second event in sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. What is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization, and it is also called as syngamy. Syngamy or fertilization, in this type of process, male and female, both type of gametes, they fuse. So fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization as well as syngamy. And after fertilization, the result is the formation of zygote, and this zygote is diploid. Diploid means in the fertilization, the male gamete carry 23 number of chromosomes. If I take example of humans, 23 number of chromosomes present in the female gamete, and when there is fusion of male and female gamete, the number of chromosomes in the zygote is 46. So this state represents the diploid stage, and these two gametes are in the condition of haploid. So after fusion of male and female gametes, there is formation of diploid zygote. Now, what is parthenogenesis? The process of development of new organisms without fertilization of female gametes. If this female gamete is stimulated by hormones and this female gamete directly converts into an organism without fertilization, then this process is called parthenogenesis. So this is the process of development of new organism without fertilization. There is only a female gamete, and this female gamete, because of hormones, convert into an organism, and in the process of parthenogenesis there is no fertilization. If fertilization is there, then zygote will form, but in this condition zygote is not the result of this process. So without fertilization, if there is development of a new organism, बिना fertilization के अगर कोई नए organism की formation होती है, तो ये process parthenogenesis कहा जाता है. And the examples are honeybee, rotifers and lizards. Now the question is, what is the difference between external fertilization and internal fertilization? आपको ये पता है fertilization means fusion of male and female gametes. अब वो किस conditions के अंदर होते हैं, क्या क्या वहाँ पर events होती हैं, उसके basis पर there are two types of fertilizations, external as well as internal. So first is external fertilization. It occurs outside the body of the female. In this particular process, the female gametes as well as the male gametes are released in environment. Female gametes release in the environment and the male release its gametes into the environment. So the fertilization takes place in external environment. It is outside the body of female. Now in this, large number of eggs and sperms are needed, because in external fertilization both the gametes are fertilized in the external habitat. So ये possibility हो सकती है कि वो आपस में फ्यूज़ ना भी हो पाए, है ना, उनकी मैचिंग ना हो पाए, तो इसलिए फर्टिलाइजेशन को श्योर करने के लिए द नंबर ऑफ बोथ द गैमेट्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड इन लार्ज नंबर. बोथ गैमेट्स आर रिलीज्ड इन द वाटर मीडियम. दोनों ही गैमेट्स का नंबर भी ज़्यादा होगा एंड बोथ द गैमेट्स आर रिलीज्ड इन द एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट. In the external fertilization, the chances of fertilization of gamete is very low, क्योंकि हर चीज़ जो है वो विदाउट एनी कंट्रोल हो रही है. एक्सटर्नल हैबिटेट के अंदर देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ प्रेडेटर्स विच feed on eggs or sperms. So the chances of fertilization in the external fertilization is very low, and this happens in some of the bony fishes and frog. So in external fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete occurs outside the body of the female. In this, eggs and sperms both are produced in large number. Both the gametes are released in the environment, and the chance of fertilization of gamete is very low. But in the case of internal fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete occurs inside the body of the female, and as compared to the external, in internal fertilization the number of gametes produced is less. Only male gamete is released in female body. In the external, both the gametes are released, but in the case of internal fertilization, the female gamete is present inside the body of the female, and male have to reach in the female's body. The chances of fertilization of gamete is very high because it is the controlled process. So if a male gamete reaches to the female's body, so definitely there is more chances of fertilization as compared to external fertilization, and the examples are reptiles, birds, etc. So these are the major differences between external and internal fertilization, and this is important. Now next is post fertilization. We already discussed pre-fertilization, now fertilization, and the next topic of ours is post-fertilization. Events in sexual reproduction after the formation of zygote are called post-fertilization events. फ्यूज़न हो गया मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट्स का, ज़ाइगोट बना, ज़ाइगोट के बाद का जितना भी सारा का सारा प्रोसेस होगा वो सब आएगा पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन के अंदर. सो फ्यूज़न हुआ, किसकी फॉर्मेशन हुई है, ज़ाइगोट. तो फर्स्ट इज़ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ज़ाइगोट. So zygote is a link that ensures continuity of species between organisms of one generation and the next. एक जनरेशन के मेल एंड फीमेल के फ्यूज़न गैमेट्स की वजह से ज़ाइगोट फॉर्मेशन हुई है, और यही ज़ाइगोट डेवलप होकर के एक एडल्ट के अंदर कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. तो आप यही बोल सकते हो कि ये जो ज़ाइगोट है ये एक टाइप का लिंक है जो स्पीशीज़ की कंटिन्यूटी को मेंटेन करके रखता है. ओके, नाउ आपसे पूछा जा सकता है कि एल्गी और फंगस के अंदर जब एडवर्स कंडीशन होती हैं उस टाइम वो कैसे प्रोटेक्टेड रहेगा. सो इन एल्गी एंड फंगस दिस ज़ाइगोट डेवलप्स अ थिक वॉल. इट डेवलप्स अ थिक वॉल विच इज़ हाईली रेजिस्टेंट टू डेजिकेशन एंड डैमेज. ना तो वो सूखती है और ना ही उसको आसानी से आप डैमेज कर सकते हो. तो इस थिक वॉल की वजह से द ज़ाइगोट्स ऑफ एल्गी एंड फंगी दे आर प्रोटेक्टेड बाय दिस थिक वॉल, एंड after a period of rest or after a period of dormancy or after unfavorable period, when there is a development of favorable climate, they germinate. Okay, so in their resting phase, if they want to protect, then there is development of thick wall over the zygote in algae and fungus. Next is In the organisms having haplontic life cycle means their main body is in haploid condition. So in that the zygote divides to form haploid spores that germinate to form haploid individuals. Okay, let me explain you with the help of diagram. See, this is an organism having 23 number of chromosomes and it grows into an adult. There is another organism having 23 number of chromosomes and it also grows into an adult. Now there is formation of gametes. This organism produce their gametes, this organism produce their gametes, but they are already exist in haploid condition. And हम सभी जानते हैं the gametes are also in haploid condition. तो अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म खुद हैप्लॉइड है और जो नए गैमेट्स बनेंगे वो भी हैप्लॉइड होंगे, तो यहाँ पे हमें डिवीज़न चेंज कर देना है, ठीक है. एंड द डिवीज़न एग्जिस्ट इन दोज ऑर्गेनिजम्स. दिस टाइप ऑफ डिवीज़न इज माइटोसिस, and in mitosis division there is no reduction in number of chromosomes. There are two types of divisions. One is mitosis, other is meiosis. In mitosis division, if there is 46 chromosomes, the newly cells also have 46 chromosomes. If there is 23 chromosomes, the newly cells also have 23 chromosomes. There is no reduction in the number of chromosomes. But in the case of meiosis division occurs only those cells having diploid set. In this, when meiosis occur, the newly developing cells contain half number of chromosomes, means 23. So let's come here. There are two individuals, both are haploid, both grow into adult, both produce their gametes. The gametes are in also haploid condition because they have mitosis division here. Now there is fertilization, and after fertilization there is formation of diploid organism, but this diploid organism do not convert into adult. There is meiosis division. Now this time they have meiosis division, and because of this division the newly spores are of 23 number of chromosomes, which is the haploid condition. So this is called the haplontic life cycle. ऐसे ऑर्गेनिजम्स जिनकी लाइफ साइकिल हैप्लॉइड सेट के साथ ही चलती है, उनमें जब जाइगोट डिप्लॉइड बन जाता है तो ये जाइगोट मियोसिस डिवीज़न करवा करके फिर से हैप्लॉइड स्पोर्स बनाएगा. वो हैप्लॉइड स्पोर्स जर्मिनेट करके हैप्लॉइड इंडिविजुअल में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. So this is the condition of the organisms having haplontic life cycle. Now, in post-fertilization, first is the formation of zygote and the next is the embryogenesis. Genesis means to synthesize a formation. It is the process of development of embryo from the zygote. During this, zygote undergoes mitotic division and cell differentiation. When male and female gamete fuse, there is formation of zygote, and in this zygote there is mitotic division. Mitotic division is the cell division in which number of chromosomes remains the same but the number of cell increases. इसी माइटोसिस की वजह से किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म के जो ग्रोथ होती है वो माइटोसिस डिवीज़न का ही कारण है. तो जाइगोट के अंदर जब माइटोसिस डिवीज़न हुआ उसके अंदर नंबर ऑफ सेल्स बढ़ने स्टार्ट हो गए. देन दीज नंबर ऑफ सेल्स ऑक्यूपाइज अ पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन एंड परफॉर्म देयर स्पेसिफिक वर्क, एंड दिस इज़ कॉल्ड सेल डिफ्रेंशिएशन. यानी सेल्स को डिफ्रेंशिएट कर दिया गया है उनकी अपीयरेंस और उनके फंक्शंस उनकी लोकेशन के बेसिस पर. एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज़ कॉल्ड एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस. दिस इज़ द जेनेसिस और फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एम्ब्रियो फ्रॉम zygote. ठीक है. Now next is oviparous and viviparous. This is the question, what is the difference between oviparous and viviparous organisms? So in oviparous the development of zygote takes place outside the body of organism and they lay eggs. ऐसे organisms that there is formation of eggs outside the body, they just lay eggs, those organisms are called as oviparous. But in the case of viviparous, they produce young ones. The development of zygote takes place inside the body of an organism and they produce young ones. Young ones produce करने वाले जो हैं वो एनिमल्स विविपारस की कैटेगरी के अंदर आ गए, एंड दोज ऑर्गेनिजम्स दे ले एग्स, they are under the oviparous organisms. So this is the difference between oviparous and viviparous. Now in flowering plants, what are the changes happens after sexual reproduction? Okay, so flowering plants means we are discussing about angiosperms. अलग अलग आप लोगों ने प्लांट्स के बारे में पढ़ा है, ब्रायोफाइट्स, थैलोफाइट्स, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स, एंजियोस्पर्म्स. तो यहाँ पर जो फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स की बात आ रही है तो किसकी आएगी? एंजियोस्पर्म्स की. नाउ in the flowering plants or in the angiosperms, fertilization results in zygote formation, because this flower is the site of sexual reproduction which contain both the male and female reproductive parts in the form of stamens and pistil. So there is fusion of male and female gametes and there is formation of zygote. So in flowering plants, zygote will form, and the zygote is formed inside the ovule. This is stigma, this is style, and this is ovary. Inside this ovary there is ovule, and inside the ovule there is formation of egg cell. So this egg cell, when fertilized with male gamete, then there is formation of zygote. Okay, so the zygote is formed inside the ovule. This is ovary, this is ovule, स्टिग्मा, सॉरी स्टाइल, स्टिग्मा. ठीक है, सबसे ऊपर पॉलेंस की लैंडिंग होने के लिए क्या है? स्टिग्मा है. देन स्टाइल विच गाइड्स द पॉलन ट्यूब. इनसाइड दिस ओवरी देर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ओव्यूल, एंड इनसाइड दिस ओव्यूल देर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ फीमेल गैमेट. This female gamete when fertilized with male gamete, there is formation of zygote. जब भी किसी भी फ्लावर के अंदर ये सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन की प्रोसेस होगी, then their sepals, petals and stamen shed off. ठीक है, अगर आपने किसी फ्लावर को देखा है तो किसी भी फ्लावर के अंदर जो ग्रीन लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स होती हैं, these are the sepals, ये झड़ जाएंगी. The colored portion in the flower is the petals, ये भी शेड ऑफ हो जाते हैं. एंड द मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट इज द स्टैमिन, दिस इज ऑल्सो शेड ऑफ आफ्टर सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. नाउ what is the result of sexual reproduction? This zygote converts into embryo, this ovule converts into seed, and this ovary converts into fruit. When sexual reproduction complete in the flowering plants or in angiosperms, this zygote converts into embryo, this ovule converts into seed, and this ovary converts into fruit. Now ovary wall, this is the ovary wall. So this ovary wall is converted into pericarp, which is protective in function, or it is thick wall. So it protects the fruit. So this is the wall of the ovary which is called as pericarp, and you have to remember this term pericarp. So pericarp is the protective envelope happens from ovary wall after sexual reproduction, and it protects the seed or it protects the fruit. So these are some of the changes occurs in flowering plants or in angiosperms after sexual reproduction. So here we complete our first chapter. This is all about this video. Thank you.